Right. Welcome back to accounting tutorials. So we are still dealing with prepaid expenses. Now let's look at our trial balance. So the extract from the trial balance tells us that we have paid a rent expense of 37,500 for the current year. Now we need to investigate through the additional information to say that is that 37,500 for the whole year, or are we still missing some months? Do we have some months that are still in arrears, or have we paid for a couple of months in advance? We have to investigate. How are you going to investigate? You go to the additional info. This info tells us that the business pays a monthly rent expense of 2,500. Now let's see how much is our annual rent, our rent for the year. So you have 2,500 multiplied by 12 months. It's going to give you 30,000 rent. This is the rent that we are supposed to pay for the year. However, we have paid a total of 37,500, which means there's a certain amount of money that we have paid that is extra. If it is extra, that means you've paid rent for the next financial year. Let's check how much rent have we paid for the next financial year. You say 87,500, which is the sum that you have paid, minus 30,000. Your rent that you paid in advance is an amount of 7,500. Then when you are going to your income statement, now you are going to open your brackets on rent expense and say what? And say rent expense, open brackets, 37,500 minus 7,500. Then your rent expense for the year is going to be 30,000. If you're required to do the statement of financial position, then you are going to disclose this thing under your current assets, under the note of your trade and other receivables.